Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. How are y'all? It is Thursday evening. It's Thursday evening. And what I am doing is I'm making some chicken Alfredo. I'm doing this specifically for one person. Okay? Of course, and let me just apologize, White Wolf. Let me just apologize because I know I told you I was gonna cook all week, and I just want to say that I haven't because I haven't had anybody home to cook for, and so I don't want to cook meals that's not gonna get eaten. You know, it's a waste, and so I do apologize for holding you off. I know you said Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so my son is home. It's at night, and so I am going to go ahead. I am in the process of making some chicken Alfredo for him and his friends, and that way this video will be up for you for tomorrow, okay? For when she's there, all right, to show her the video. So I've already basically cooked the chicken. So I'm just starting this like towards the end of the chicken cooking and the beginning of everything else because the chicken is what takes the longest process, okay? And so what you want to do is you want to take some boneless, skinless chicken breast, all right? And you just want to simmer it down. You're going to rinse off the chicken breast. You are going to you can either put it in whole, you can buy some chicken tenders, you know, just raw boneless skinless chicken that's kind of cut up already, or you can just buy like just use one whole chicken breast that's boneless skinless and just simmer it all the way down, and you can just like cut it up after it cooks. You can do that. So what I do is I season my water when I'm doing this, okay? So all I do is I use some salt, okay? And I use some garlic and pepper. And I use some chopped onions, okay? This is just a quick version, okay? This is not like from scratch. This is a quick version. So it's really easy to start off. And, you know, this way you can always start, you know, you want to start small and then work your way up to like making sauces from scratch and that sort of thing. Different seasonings and stuff like this. And this will be easy for her to learn right off the bat. And it still tastes great, okay? So you season, so you basically want to, let me just show you. Oh, here, let me just take the camera. So you basically want to season your water. So you see I have the chicken. I had some chicken breast that was already cut up, okay? So that's what I have. So basically I had this pot filled up with halfway water. You basically want to you want the water to cover the chicken, okay? So you just rinse the chicken off, you put it in the pan, you cover the chicken with the water, you season, and then you just sprinkle in your seasoning. So you just take basically about you know, you just want to shake some in your hand, and you know, you have a little palm. So just how you season it to taste, however you like it. If you can't have too many salts, I would say use the garlic and pepper and the onion. You can do without the salt, okay? So basically that's all you're going to do. You're going to season it. If you want to chop up some real onions, you can do that. If you don't have the dehydrated ones or the, you know, just the little seasoning ones, you can do that. So my son really doesn't like the onions. I use this to flavor it. This way he won't even know that they're in there. Okay, so that's why I use those when I'm cooking for him. So you see that the chicken has basically cooked down. You see that the water, you just want to cook it down to where the chicken is done and tender, okay? Once that is done cooking down, or, you know, it's pretty much like halfway, you see the chicken has turned white. And so now you're just waiting for it to basically tenderize. You want to put your pot of boiling water on for your pasta. Okay, and all you're going to do is you're going to fill your pot up with water as you would for any pasta that you cook. And you are going to, and I'm sorry because that light is right there. And you're going to just sprinkle a little bit of salt and pepper in your water, okay? No oil, because when you put oil in your water to keep the noodles separated and you are eating a sauce with the noodles, the oil stops the sauce from sticking to the pasta. Okay, so just use salt, a little bit of salt and pepper. You let the water boil, and then you got your pasta. And just depending on, you know, who you're cooking for, you can either just use a half a box or you can use a whole one. I'm going to use the whole one because, like I said, I got three growing boys up there. So I'm going to use the whole one. So you see that that is sticking out of the top. You'll know when it starts to get soft, and it'll go down in there. And basically, you just cook the pasta for about 10 minutes until it gets tender. And then, so while you're doing that, while you're waiting for the pasta to get done cooking, the chicken is simmering its way down. You're just going to basically take a knife and a fork while the chicken is cooking its way down. And you're going to go ahead and start cutting up the chicken. And I'm just, you know, once the pasta starts getting soft, I just go ahead and start pushing it down in there because you don't want one side to be more done than the other. And you want to smooth it around as, you know, before it gets to cooking too much, because you don't want it to cook and be sticking together. So you just kind of want to move it around so that salt and that pepper gets in between all the noodles. And there you go. So they're still pretty stiff, but they are loosened up. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to let those go for about, you know, a few minutes. And you're basically, you can turn you don't want to turn it down too much because you want to still keep it kind of like on a high, temperature for the pasta to cook. Okay. All right. And so I'm going to get a fork. And I got, ooh, this knife hot. And I got a fork and a knife and a fork. And I'm just gonna go ahead and it's hot. You see the steam coming up, so I'm gonna turn it down. And I'm just going to go ahead and just start cutting up this chicken. You know, just kind of cutting it up. Ooh, in little chunks. It is hot, y'all. Sheesh. Now, when you got if you use like a whole chicken breast, what I would suggest is you take the chicken out and you use your cutting board. So if you're going to use a whole chicken breast, or like 2 halves of chicken breast, you will take them out of the pan and you will cut them on the cutting board, and you just chop it up. You can shred it up, you can chop it. I'm just chopping it because it'll break up a little bit more as once you're stirring it up with the sauce and the pasta and everything. Now, I am not making any broccoli or vegetables with this. Usually, like if my daughter was here or if I was eating, I would make some broccoli on the side. You can easily get like some bags of frozen broccoli, and then now they make them where you can just pop them in the microwave for about 5 minutes and you got fresh steamed vegetables. So you can do it that way. You can take some, you know, frozen broccoli and you can put it on the stove, season it with some garlic pepper and a little bit of butter, and, you know, just go ahead and just let it cook while the pasta is cooking. You can either put it on the side or you can mix it in the pasta. I usually cook it on the side so that way my daughter can just add what she likes and my son isn't screaming because he sees something green in the food. So that's pretty much it. So here we have, hold up, that's hot. So we are here. We have the chicken. Okay. So as you can see, it's all chopped up. And there's only a tiny bit of water in there. I turned it way down. So it's basically just, because it's all ready to go. So as soon as this pasta is done, all we have to do is add the sauce, add the chicken, and we're good to go. Very, very quick meal. The longest thing is the chicken. I would say when you grocery shop, come in the house and just start cooking chicken. You know, that way you can simmer the chicken down. You'll already have the meat ready and you can just freeze it for whatever you want. So that way when you want to make a meal, you're not waiting for the meat to cook, because that's a lot of times that's what takes the longest for the meal. You know, the veggies and the sides usually don't take that long. So the sauce that I'm going to use is just a jarred Alfredo sauce by Classico. And then I do have, this is a refrigerated one, and this is by Reina. I'm going to mix those two together. They're both great sauces. So I'm going to mix those two together. And that's it. You just make some pasta, some chicken. You have your pasta sauce that's already jarred up and ready to go. All you do is mix them all together. However you like. You can add a veggie on the side. And that's pretty much it. You know, if you want some garlic bread or, you know, something, you can make the garlic bread while the pasta is cooking. Because it all takes about the same time. Garlic sticks don't take anything but about 8 to 10 minutes in the oven. So, and then you got a nice Italian meal. I love pasta as well. And again, I'm sorry that it did take so long for me to upload the first Italian meal video. This is can't talk. This is pretty much the easiest. This is even easier than spaghetti. I will go into detail and make some more, just a little bit, not complicated, but you know, just a little bit harder, where it takes a little bit more work. So you can let me know the next thing that you want to, you know, that you want me to make. Is it a lasagna, stuffed shells, you know, whatever it is. But yes, I definitely love anything that has to do with some pasta and some sauce. So, you know, I love Italian food. And like I said, we can do this once a week. We will do an Italian meal for you, okay? So I'm just waiting for these noodles to get done. They've only been cooking for about 6 minutes. They still need a couple more minutes. So I'm just letting those go. Now, because I only have, like, when this cooks down and you see that little bit of juice, whew, that's hot. I'm gonna let that juice stay in there. I'm not gonna drain it out. Okay, that gives you a lot of that flavor. It's those seasonings and those onions and stuff. Mix it up with the sauce. So what you do now is you just go ahead, because that pasta is about done, and you got your chicken on very, very low. Okay. So we are just going to go ahead. Oh, I can't. Oh, there we go. It's like I can't peel this off. It's wet. Hold on. Just poke a hole. Okay, there we go. There we go. We got it. We got it. All right. There we go. It's hard to get in this little thing, so I'm just going to so I'm going to go ahead and pour that in there. Okay. All right. And like I said, you know, got those juices flowing, and now we're going to pour the other one in there. And I love, like, you know, a vegetable on the side or whatever, but like I said, they don't want any. And I didn't even oh don't even know if I have any bread. I think I got some biscuits. I know I got some biscuits or something, but I don't have any garlic bread. Even though you can make your own garlic sauce. All right, so that sauce is all ready to go. All right, so sauce is all ready to go. The chicken is in there, okay? And we're just all ready for the pasta to be done, and then we're done. We're done. Let me check and see really quick if I have some bread. I got a cheese pizza. Will that do? I don't have any bread, y'all, so it's all good. They'll be all right. All right, y'all, so it's been about 10 minutes for this pasta. I'm gonna go ahead and drain it. It's really nice and tender. You know, you got your, let me go ahead and get my strainer. There we go. Okay. There we go. Alright, so we're just going to strain this. Get all that water up out of there. Be careful when you are pouring this hot boiling water out, because that steam will come up and burn you. So, you know, you just got to take it in intervals. All right. So that's it. So you got some nice tender pasta. Ooh, come back over here. And then you are going to just pour this. So, ooh, dang, that one handle was hot. You're going to pour this sauce in this chicken. Now, I will say that it is just a little bit, just a tad bit, more watery than I would like. Not watery, but you know, just juicy. Well, I think it is just a little bit more juicy. Like the sauce could be just like a little bit more thicker. So yeah, we have our chicken. You see the chunks of chicken, you see the pasta, you see the sauce. Now, if you come at a point like this, like say, you know, it's a little bit more runnier than you would like, and that's only because that juice was still in that chicken. Okay. You have a pack of Alfredo sauce. Okay. You can either do one or two things. You can either leave it and just let it sit. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to thicken up though. So you can either add like a pack of sauce like this, because what this does, because this is like if you want to make your own homemade sauce, okay? That's what this is. This is, you know, you mix this with milk and water, all right? And you have your homemade Alfredo sauce. Well, you know, the quick version of homemade, semi-homemade. So anyway, because we already have the liquids in here, all we need is the powder, and the powder is going to absorb this extra liquid that's in here. All right, so you're just going to put that in there like that. Ooh, put that in there like that. You can either do this, or say if you have another jar of, just another jar of sauce, you can add it, because the jar sauce is thick, it's thicker. So you can also add some more of the jar sauce. And you don't always have to add the whole jar. You can always add just what you need, and then you can refrigerate the rest. So don't ever think because you opened a jar of sauce that you have to use it, okay? I'm sorry about, I know I'm blurry. Sorry about that. But yeah, never think because, see how that thickened that up? So it's all good. It's all good. And then what I'm going to do is, I love that classical sauce and what is it, Bertatoli. I love those because they have like seasoning in them. But I love to add this, my seasoned pepper. Okay, and this just adds just a tiny little, you know, just a little something. And so you just add a little bit of that. And it's all stirred up. Okay. You know, you can make you a can of biscuits, make you a thing of garlic bread, whatever you like. A few garlic sticks. You can add a little side salad. If you don't want any fresh vegetables like broccoli or anything, you can always have like a little side salad with it. And that's it. We're all set. We're all set. Okay. That's it, y'all. That is the chicken Alfredo. Okay, that is our first Italian meal. Okay, I hope you like it. I hope it is delicious for you. Let me know the next one that you would like to see, and we'll work on that for next week. Okay, see y'all later. Bye bye.